Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Houston Astros. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And towing the slab in this one, Steven Okert. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
All right, ready to go here. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish, and we're underway.
Outside.
Foul ball there. Here's a 1-1.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, catcher.
Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. An offense that knows how to mash, Chris. Lots of power throughout the lineup. They're leading the league in homers right now.
Yeah, and I think when you're facing a team like this, pitchers coming in, they see the stats. They end up trying to nibble, trying to work on the edges, trying to expand the zone. And so I think the key, if these hitters can stay within themselves, obviously they have the ability to hit the ball a long way and score runs quickly. So we'll see how it goes in this one.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. He'll circle the bases, and the Dodgers have the lead. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
One down. Here's the veteran outfielder, Kyle Tucker.
No.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count now 2-0. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. That one's in there. That's strike two. Movement in the bullpen. Ryan King, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. The 1-2. And there's a ball. King Tuck goes down on strikes.
Batting fourth, center fielder, Andy Fine.
First pitch, and he just misses. Foul ball. into center and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting fifth, first baseman, Freddie.
Next to the dish is Freddie. Just missed. The lefty, the 1-0.
Ball two.
Step off throw to first.
Safe.
Pages back on a dive. Here's a 2-0.
Hurt.
Pages, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one in for a strike, 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. Hot shot to third. The throw to second is offline. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden, you get another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity. They're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
Two on, 2 outs. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
That's a base hit. Here comes Pages around third. He's safe as he gets his hand in. And they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Steven Okert out of the game, and that'll do it for the opener. New arm coming on. We'll be back after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Ryan King on to pitch here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
First and second, 2 outs. Here comes Max Muncy. Big time power. And that one fouled off. Two aboard, 2 outs. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Dodgers 2, the Astros coming to bat. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Singy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
Line drive, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Alvarez in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Fought off foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Ball.
Missed
Ball.
inside with the curve.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Nice grab. The feed for 1. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And now the DH, Isaac Paredes.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on.
No, outside.
Misses
No,
off the
inside.
inside. And now 3-0.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable. And that location will definitely do it.
And that's
That's
too
a
high,
ball.
ball
Take your
4.
base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Christian Walker.
And first offering is fouled off.
That's a ball.
Late on that fastball.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
And
Ball
that
2.
one a little below the knees. 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Paredes off of first with 2 away.
Here we go, Christian.
And they'll do it again.
Let's go, Christian.
3-2
That's out.
now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Goes down looking for a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. One left for Houston. They trail it here 2-0. Top of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Miguel Rojas. That one fouled off. Hammered, base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second safely.
Batting ninth, second base.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Huh!
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's some real power at the plate. Shohei Ohtani. His first at bat was a strikeout. Now this is a rocket to left. And there's two away.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
That one ripped, but foul. Man on second, 2 down. Foul ball, still 0-2. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Man at second.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Gets a piece and stays alive. Two now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him swinging for the K. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston and stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's got a chance. And it one-hops the wall. And the bottom of the second starts with a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Outside.
Runner at second, nobody out.
No.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
2-0. And
Ball
another
3.
ball. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
And ball 4 to
Take
a
your
board.
base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, no outs. Cam Smith up next for the Astros.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level. You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
First and second, no outs. Bottom half of inning number 2. One now.
Ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
On the ground, right side. Freeland tosses to first, and that is a big first out.
That was a productive at bat. You know you're doing something right anytime you help move 2 runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
No.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Fouls away the first offering. Two on, one out.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Late swing fouled off. Swing and a ground ball. Slings it across. 2 gone now. Here's the left fielder, Dustin Harris.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion,
Ball 1.
and he's in full speed.
Swings through that one for strike 1. The next
Ball.
pitch misses, and a count 2-1. Outside low, and now 3-1.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Swing and a foul straight back.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
3-2 now. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Matthews on at second with 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Astros, the shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display, and this guy's out there on the hill.
And fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
And that's the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros 1. Back here in Houston, all set for the start of the inning. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Ball.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Now he breaks his bat. Tosses to first.
No, you're
out of a bang play, but he made it close.
Got to feel pretty good for the pitcher. Absolutely sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
Hook one.
Sliced hard but foul. Oh, 0-2 now. Set down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Freeman in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate.
Ball.
And another ball. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Hit on the ground to short. Handles, throws to first, and Freeman is retired. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros 1. Back here in Houston, and stepping in for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez.
Well, these Astros showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
Here's the 0-2. hauls it in, one away.
Up next for the Astros, designated hitter, Okert.
Fouled off. He was late. Paredes starting as the designated hitter, hitting third in the lineup, and he's a native of Mexico.
That's
And
foul.
foul ball.
Ball.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him swinging.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And now it's Christian Walker. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That's
Ball one.
inside. And now it's even up. Tap foul at the plate. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball 2.
And that skips in the dirt. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. The right-hander
Ball
gives
4.
up the
Take your base.
2-out walk.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Hey.
And now the 0-1.
Clearly he didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
So now 1-2. Walker leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That is the inning. So the Astros lead 1. They're down 2-1. On to the 4th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. On a line, Matthews takes it in for the out. And a quick out, number 1.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way bad.
Almost
Ball
got
one.
him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And the funky Muncie is stifled by the strikeout.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop.
Two
Miguel
outs,
Rojas.
base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Miguel Rojas. Doubled his first time.
No.
Next pitch in for a strike, and the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Goes down looking. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They lead it 2-1. Bottom four,
Leading
and
off
stepping in for the Astros, Bryce
center
Matthews.
fielder, Bryce Matthews.
Fouled off down the right side.
Off the plate.
Now a drag bunt, third base side. Picks it up with the bare hand. Not in
He made it
time.
safe.
He's safe.
Up next for the
Nearly a
Astros,
highlight reel play at
right
third,
fielder,
but the bare hand grab still wasn't enough to get the out. Great effort to make that play as close as it was, though.
Quick toss to first, and he dives back in safely. On the ground. To second, there's one. Over to first, safe.
Up next for
Well,
the
an aggressive
Astros,
slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
One out man at first. So here's Christian Vasquez. He's been a great free agent sign.
Three high.
The 0-1. Here goes the runner in
Ball.
the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Ball two.
Curveball drops in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
And there's a base hit to left. The throw home. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. It's 2-2.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
On the ground to third. Quick feed to second for one. Double play.
You're out.
What a twin killing to end the inning. But they pick up one run on the RBI single, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece.
now pitching.
We're
for the
back, and there's a new arm on the mound to
Number
start the fifth.
62,
Bennett Sousa.
Bennett
This is his 5th appearance of the year. Leading off, Alex Freeland struck out swinging his first time.
You know, these Dodgers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've been lining the ball all over the ballpark, and unfortunately, sometimes it's right into a glove. But still, they've hit 9 line drives so far, and that's something they should feel very good about.
Good hitters count the 2-0.
Drive.
Speaking of those line drives, you can't get too discouraged when they don't drop in for you. It's important to remember that you pretty much did everything right, and that's just baseball sometimes.
In for a strike. Good slider. On the inside corner for called strike 3.
Well, you could tell he wasn't expecting that ball to break back in on him. He may have been looking for something away, maybe something soft, but that slider on the inside corner absolutely froze him.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle in plenty of time to first, and the first 2 set down at the top of the 5th.
Catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith to the plate. He's already homered here in this one.
Here we go, Astros.
Hard.
Backed
That's
off
a
the
ball.
plate that time. Two down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Out to short, Correa. Over to first, and they get the out on Smith. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Halfway through, and we're tied 2 apiece. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Carlos Correa.
Correa.
And a foul ball.
Well, these Astros, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Gone into the Crawford box is a home run. A solo shot, and they take the lead. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Hey.
Consistently attacking the right pitch is a great way to build confidence as a hitter. You start to think less at the plate the more often it happens, and it can have a snowball effect. And I think that's been the case today with all of the hard contact.
No, that's a ball.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter. With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
1-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball left field. takes it in for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Next is the designated hitter, Isaac Paredes. A strikeout and a walk.
Ha! Ball.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Last half of inning number 5. On the outside corner, got him looking. Paredes not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge, and the strike call will stand. Still 1 challenge left for them. It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gives way, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for the
To the mound now, they turn to Blake Trinan.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And that one fouled off. Here comes the 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Astros notch a run on the solo homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
The 1-0.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
The 2-1 is high.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
The 3-1. And that one fouled off. And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
In the air, right field. Smith in position, and there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
One out man at first, and here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
He rides.
That clips the corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today. The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
The 1-2. Ground ball right side, could be two. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Yeah!
Over to Correa for one. To
He's sick.
first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get two. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least one.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Bennett Sousa won't go any further, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. Brian Abreu into the game. He has a great slider with tons of movement. That one finds the zone, and that's strike one. The Astros have some action in their pen. A.J. Blueball, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. The 0-1. Swings through that one for strike two.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
The Dodgers with the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Got him. Third out. So a strong showing there from the Houston bullpen. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Astros 3 and the Dodgers 2. Back here in Houston, and stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. Two of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off.
Hee-haw!
Hit on the ground to the right side, and that's just foul. Treinen, 37 years young, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. The 0-2. Popped up first base side. Freeman under it. And the first baseman makes the catch.
Up next for the Astros, center fielder, Bryce Matthews.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Ball.
That one misses, and 1-1.
Ball.
Tap back to the mound. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder,
Two down, bases empty. And next to hit for Houston, Cam Smith.
Hurry.
Gets him to chase after that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Chop to third.
That's
And a foul
foul.
ball. Two down, nobody on. And a ground ball to first. And he can't come up with it. But in
That's an
time,
out.
nice job to stay with it to end the inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. And it remains a 3-2 ball game. Back here in Houston, we go to the top of the seventh. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hurry.
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Looking to get the tying run on base. In the air to left center. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Fought off foul. The Astros trying to hold a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7.
Ball. No.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Tried to
Ball.
backdoor
No.
him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
That's
Struggled
inside.
a little
Ball
bit
2.
this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
2 down, nobody on.
Here.
This one in the air, center field. Matthews under it, and that is that. Dodgers down in order. They're down 3-2.
Now pitching for the
On the
Dodgers,
mound now, number 70.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Leading off for the Astros, catcher, Christian Vasquez.
Gets the call. That's strike 1. Vasquez thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Yeah.
So the call will stand. No challenges left for them now. That one fouled hard the other way. Oh, that got away
Dead
from
ball.
him.
Take first.
And he's going to reach on a hit by
Up
pitch
next
to lead
for
off the inning.
Astros, left fielder, Justin Harris.
Ball.
Ground ball
That's
right
a foul
side,
ball.
and it goes just foul. Here's a 1-1. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
For the Astros,
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Back to the top of the order, and here comes Carlos Correa. He's already homered in this game.
Ball.
The 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Gets the call. That is strike two.
Ball.
And a slider misses down and away.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Check swing, and he went. And that is strike one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, one out. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
No.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Ball two.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. But no advance from the runners. Runners at first and second with one gone. Here at the bottom of the seventh. In the air, left field. Hernandez on the move. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double. As a run comes in and they take the lead.
Well, this one started with a bad jump, a bad read off of the bat. He ends up having to try to leap out of desperation, can't come down with it, and it turned into extra bases.
So two in scoring position with one out. Isaac Paredes, the next to hit. Golden opportunity right here.
Ball one. No.
One down, runners at second and third. Just
Outside.
missed.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
The 3-1. Foul ball there. Harris, the runner at third. Alvarez over at second with one down. Ground ball up the middle. And it gets by him. Aim to score from third. And they take a 3-run lead. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only one away.
Here's the ball. It's hit right back up the middle. Clearly a base hit. I mean, that's one of those where you're expecting the guy from second to score.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Number 70 departs. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
So they
Dodgers.
turn to the lefty in this
51,
spot, Alex Vesia. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
Ball 1.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. The 1-1. That's to third. On to second. They get one. What a double play that was. Inning over. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Astros 5 and the Dodgers 2.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. AJ Blueball. He's been so good against lefties. Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the DH, Shohei Ohtani. 0 for 3 in this one. Going 1.
Look, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Curve in the dirt. Activity in the Houston bullpen. Angel De Los Santos, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity.
Ball 2.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
That one fouled off. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Up the middle. What a stop. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
You got to give some credit to the infield coach for the positioning on that play.
Will Smith.
Ball, no.
Swing and a bouncer. Correa over to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
For the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. This is a guy that they are counting on to deliver, and early on this season, it's been a struggle. Ball 1, no strikes. Bottom line, his resume says he's a good hitter, just has not gotten off to a very good start. You got to figure regress to the mean Water finds its level, all those sayings, that he will end up having a good year. 2 down, nobody on. That's in there. Strike one.
Well, I'll tell you this, nobody on his team is worried about it. They've seen him do it year in and year out. May get off to a slow start, may have a slow mid, but when the game's on the line, when the season's on the line, he's the guy they want at the plate.
He's in there. He's
Not
safe.
in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
With 2 outs, you just want to find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
Foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. You're not just talking about the ability to pick, Chris. One of the things about him, the range is impressive as he's able to go to his right and get to those balls in the hole. Good job to fight that one off. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. And it remains 2-2.
Here's a run scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. To get to the ninth, get a lockdown closer ready to come in.
And down on strikes he goes. That ends the frame. One left for LA. They trail at 5-2. Bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotze into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true.
Hey.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Going 2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the 0-2. Fights it off. You'll see another. Up and in. Now 1-2.
Ball 2.
Now
Ball
one
3.
missed. High fly ball, right field. Tucker has a beat on it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Astros, center fielder, Bryce Matthews.
Ha!
Out towards right center field. Pajes on the move to the gap. Reaching for it. Makes the catch.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Alex Vesia will depart. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
New pitcher for the Dodgers,
Number
Edgardo
60.
Henriquez.
Eduardo
He's into the
Henriquez.
game with the bases empty. Cam Smith up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. That one at triple digits. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
He was all over that one. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
High.
Yo, one. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Jack Dreyer appears to be getting loose. Smith, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one way inside.
Ball.
The 3-1. Swing and a foul straight back.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Astros.
Now Dustin Harris.
Dustin Harris.
This one gets away as he can't handle it behind the plate. Safe at third, moves up on the pass ball. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Pajes on the move. Stretches out and hauls it in. 2 left for the Astros. They're still out in front 5-2. Last chance coming up here for the Dodgers. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Angel De Los Santos.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
De Los Santos fills up the zone, forces contact, so not a huge strikeout guy, but he's going to make the hitters beat him. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, so the pressure is really on the batter to make something happen. Now Freeman drives one deep to right. Back there. Out of here. And Freddie goes deep. And they close the gap. It's 5-3.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Ball 1.
And although you like the fact that the guy throws strikes, guy gets contact, and not always great contact, the fact that when you have runners on, if that ball's in play, there's still a good chance that a run gets pushed across, whether it's earned or not.
That
Ball.
one misses. Ball 2. Command in the zone is such a crucial part of it, right?
You know, it's not just throwing strikes, but it's throwing quality
Ball
strikes
3.
and it's having quality misses as well. What's a quality miss? Missing just off the plate rather than over the plate.
And that'll bring the
Ball 4.
tying
Take your
run
base.
to the plate.
Well, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, so all eyes on the man coming to the dish right now.
Here's Muncy to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And that is out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
The tying run at the plate. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
So they're down to their final out. Digging in, Alex Freeland. A pair of strikeouts, and he's flied to center.
That's a strike.
The Astros trying to close out a 2-run lead here at the top of the ninth.
No, that's a ball.
And that'll do it.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.